Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a wonderful, excellent episode of hashtag Ask the Home Care Expert. I'm your residential expert, David Posner, here to salute the troops today on this Veterans Day. Thank you very much for all of your service, for all of those that have served in our military. You know, fun fact, less than 8% of the U.S. population has served. So for those that do it, I greatly appreciate all your service. So thank you very much. And I actually thought today's episode would be beneficial. Talking about Veterans Day today would be veterans benefits. I'll be honest, kind of through this last minute as far as together. So hopefully it's going to be beneficial to those that are watching today and those that are going to be watching on YouTube and LinkedIn and everything else down the line. But there's some really great stats out there, and a lot of people that are not utilizing the veteran benefits that's out there. So I wanted to kind of come out today and talk about it, throw down some myths. So if those people that don't think they can get it, you actually might be able to get it, and throw out some facts and figures as far as numbers that you might be able to get dollar figure wise to be able to help with some of the services, not only that HomeCare.com provides, but assisted livings and nursing homes. So without further ado, let's kind of get into this Veterans Day edition of the hashtag Ask Home Care Expert. So let's start with some statistics. In a recent survey, 69% of veterans didn't think that they were eligible for veterans benefits. And we're talking about aid and attendance here. Aid and attendance can actually provide, and I'm kind of reading off the stats from veteranaid.org, which is a great site, and I'll include it in some of the links below. Just under $1,800 for a veteran per month. If you qualify, for a spouse can receive $1,153 per month, and a couple can receive around $2,085 a month. So we're talking about real money here that's going to be able to help families with assisted livings, with nursing care, with HomeCare.com services of aides being able to come into the home and provide personal care, companionship, sitter services. That's all services that's going to be able to be provided with the benefits from the veterans for those that have served. So let's talk about what aid and attendance is. So aid and attendance is a program that has been set up to give back to the veterans that have served. And we'll kind of hit the 12 things that you need to be able to, that are required to be able to get this aid and attendance money. But it's a whole kind of, aid and attendance is being able to provide, money for families that can actually benefit from it. The one thing that I do want to add is, from everything that I've read, it takes about 6 to 8 months for the entire processing to go through. So if this is money that you need tomorrow, aid and attendance is not going to be a quick way to be able to do it. So it takes 6 to 8 months. There's a lot of forms and a lot of things that you need to be able to get ahead of time prepared for before you submit, and again, the entire processing service before you can start to get the money back from aid and attendance on a monthly basis. But let's start talking about some of the myths. So there's 5 myths out there that I've hit on through my research and also working with families. The first one I want to talk about is no injury, no benefit. So if you made it through your veteran service, or your husband made it through veteran service, or your wife made it through veteran service and never got injured, that's okay. You can still receive a benefit. You don't have to be injured to begin to receive the benefits. Number 2, short-term career, no benefit. It's actually not true. The minimum you've needed to serve was 90 days, 90 active days. So as long as you've served at least 90 days in the military, you can actually begin to receive aid and attendance veteran benefits. Now, some of the things we'll talk about in a minute, as far as combat and during time of war, kind of falls into the next myth, which is no combat, no benefit. And that's actually kind of true, not true. So you don't actually have to be in combat to receive the benefits. You just have to be able to have served at least one day during a time of war, period. So Korean War, veterans, Gulf wars, any of the wars that have been declared by the U.S. Congress. As long as you served at least one day of those minimum 90 days in the military service, you are eligible for veterans benefits. Even if you were a cook, if you were a nurse, you didn't have to be on the front lines, you didn't have to be in combat. Again, you didn't have to be injured. You just had to be active duty during a time of war for at least one day, not even the full 90 days, just one of those days had to be during a time of war. And then you're going to be able to be active and eligible for that. Number 4 myth is about spouses and widows. So a lot of spouses and widows don't think that they're eligible. This is not true. You don't receive as much, but you absolutely, sorry, I get a little tongue-tied today, but that's actually not true. You can actually, spouses and widows can receive benefits from aid and attendance, from Veterans Care. And it's, again, a veteran's going to be able to receive, the numbers are just under $1,800. A spouse or widow will receive just under $1,200. But you can, as long as you meet the 12 distinctions that have been set up, you meet those 12, or your husband or wife has met those 12, you can still receive the veterans benefits to be able to help you, again, in a nursing home with a home care or an aide coming into the home. The 5th and final myth is that you have to live in a VA facility. Again, this is not true. You've heard me say this a couple times already. You do not have to be in a VA facility to begin to receive the veterans benefits. All you simply need is a document from your doctor that says that you actually do need an aide to come into your home, or that you do need to go into a nursing home, assisted living, memory care unit, something along those lines. But as long as you have that doctor's note that says that you are eligible and that you are needing this type of services, then you are able to receive the veterans benefits. But those are the 5 myths. Just a quick review. No injury, no benefit, myth. Short-term career, myth. No combat, no benefit, myth. Spouses and widows can't apply, myth. Must live in a VA facility, myth. Again, all of those are myths. But what you do need to do is you actually do need to meet the 12-item criteria. That's what I'm going to kind of hit on right now. I've worked with my marketing team here at HomeCare.com. We're going to see if we can post these 12 items on the Facebook Messenger. So you'll be able, if you're seeing this from YouTube, be able to click onto our Facebook page at HomeCare.com or Facebook.com/HomeCareNation to be able to see the posting. But the 12 documents that are required for aid and attendance, and I'm just going to kind of read them all. So I apologize for not looking at the camera on this one, but let me just read these 12 items. Military discharge and separation papers. So when you get discharged, you need to be able to have those papers to be able to submit. Copy of marriage certificate for all marital information. So if you're a widow, if you're a spouse that you're claiming, again, you need to have that marriage certificate that shows that you are, again, married to the person who served served in the military. A copy of death certificate. So if you are claiming it for your husband or for your wife, again, need a copy of verification of the death certificate. Copy of current social award letter. This letter is sent to all the beginning of each year, stating the monthly amount for which the following year. So again, Social Security award letter. You need to have that set up for you. Your net worth information, including bank accounts, CDs, trusts, stocks, bonds, annuities. So again, you do need to earn, a certain limit, and so they are going to want to see the financial, how much you make or how much you receive each year, as part of how much they're going to be able to give out to you. Proof of all income from pensions, retirement, interest income, investments, and annuities. Just like the taxes, they're going to want to see all the proof of your income. Number 7, if you're a court-appointed guardian of the veteran's surviving spouse, a certified copy of the court order of appointment required. So if you are a son or daughter and you're trying to set this up for your mom or dad, maybe your mom or dad's got dementia, or not going to be able to do this on their own, and you are the court-appointed person, you are POA, you are appointed to the court, you need to make sure you have that documentation that shows that you are the POA, you are doing this for your mom or dad before submitting. Proof of insurance premiums, medications, medication bills, medical expense that are not reimbursed by insurances, Medicare and Medicaid. So again, if you're getting reimbursement from Medicaid and Medicare for any of your doctor's appointments and for your medications, this is not where the aid and attendance money will be used for. This can be used for things that are not covered by Medicaid, Medicare, and your current health insurance. Number 9, physician statements that includes current diagnosis, medical status, prognosis, name and address, ability to care for yourself, ability to travel, unattended. So it's kind of like what I mentioned earlier. You do not, number 5 myth was, do I have to live in a VA facility? Again, all you need is that doctor's note that has proof that you actually do need some assistance with usually the activities of daily living, so the bathing, toileting, dressing, transportation and doctor's appointments, so on and so forth. So you need a doctor's note that be able to show that, hey, I do need this extra help. Number 10 is banking information, direct deposits. 11 is employment history, does not apply if you're over 65. List of all doctors and hospitals visited within the previous year. So again, having those, I'm not going to read them again because again we're going to post it on our Facebook page. Make sure you have those 12 documents prior to submitting to aid and attendance. The one thing I've learned from several people that I've worked with that have been doing this, and we at HomeCare.com work with a great company called VetCare. Feel free to personal message me. I'm happy to give out their contact information or leave something in the comment section below and I can get you theirs. But one thing that I have learned is if you don't suppose you send in 10 of the 12 and you're missing documentations, you have to go through the entire process all over again. It doesn't just say, oh, you forgot this, please add this here and we'll continue. No, they deny the claim and then you've got to start all over again. Again, another 6 to 8 months. Again, you're dropped down back down to the bottom. So it's really important that you have all of your documentation in place prior to going to theirs. There's a lot of great resources out there. Veteranaid.org, again, VetCare is somebody that we work with that actually can begin to set all that stuff up for you. A lot of them, VetCare works with HomeCare.com here, and so being able to not only set all the paperwork up, make sure that that reimbursement that you're getting for home care services is being applied appropriately and that it matches up with all the documentation that's associated with that. So, again, to review for today, we kind of went over the stats. 68% of people do not realize that they actually can receive the veterans benefits. You can receive up to $1,800 for veterans, $2,000, just over $2,000 for families. You do not have to be in combat. You do not have to be injured. You do not have to be, in a war for a long period of time. It's just one simple day, 90 days of active service. Spouses, widows, everyone can kind of get that. Again, as long as you meet that 12-step criteria, you should be good to go. Vivian, hello, hi, how are you? Wasn't sure if we had any questions. Kind of leave it open for an extra 30 seconds to see if we have any questions here on this veterans, but hopefully this has been valuable to everybody out there. Again, feel free to leave comments, leave questions. I'll be able to answer them throughout the week, so thank you very much for sitting in here and watching this. If you do like it, as always, please click the like button. If you really, really like it and you know people that can benefit, please share this video with your other friends and families that can benefit from this service. This is my passion. I love doing this. I love answering questions. I love helping out people, and especially if I can get you some extra money to be able to pay for some services, like HomeCare.com. I'm really happy to do that. So whatever questions I might be able to answer, that's what I love to do. This is my passion. With that being said, thank you everyone for sitting in on this wonderful day. To all the veterans out there, thank you very much for your service. Have a wonderful and happy Veterans Day, everyone. Take care.